So I'll just show a workaround for the moment for creating multiple part assets. And you can use the same logic to create vehicles, but you also have to set in some parameters as for the engine, wheels, and so on. Okay, so now I have the dumpster and two leads that I want to connect. Maybe you may have different reasons to separate. Maybe you have different materials, or you have close gaps that are independent between them, that you don't that the low definition geometry wouldn't deform very well, would split the deformation between them, or you may have you want to create a hinge that create and can be detached or something else. Okay, so the workflow is really similar to creating a single asset at a time with a few little additions. So you create first thing, you of course you need to export your high polygon geometry. I select the 3 high poly objects that I will export to my I export the 3 together to the Beam and G drive, vehicles folder, and let's create my dumpster folder, and I'll call this my dumpster. Okay, and now we can export definitions one at a time. I'll get my I'll isolate this just to show it. So dumpster high, dumpster low, dumpster particles, dump. I'm calling this because I will want the names to be easier to remember, and dumpster springs. Okay, I'll set to metal and leave this as my main vehicle part. Okay, everything's fine, and let's write div jbeam my dumpster. The thing is that actually Beam and G drive will read every JBeam file on the same folder as a single vehicle, right? So I can come here now and go for my lead A. Okay, I'll export it as if it was a single object. Same process, particles, springs, low and high. I'll just use a different preset and make sure I check self-collision for this one because I want it to stop on the dumpster, right? And I will give it a different name on this slot type field. Okay, export, and I will call this dump lead A. Okay, save, and now the same thing for the lead B. Get high, get low, get B, springs, and the same sets apply except for the slot type. I'll add a different name. Okay, my JBeam, and let's call this dump lead B. Save. But as I mentioned, this is a workaround. The part you have to do now is to upload the 3 new JBeam definitions here, and this is my dumpster, my main, and these are each of the leads, right? The first thing you have to do is to create this loss definition, tell the main part that it has more parts to load. Okay, so after this slot type of my main part, I will add slots definition, right? I'll set the type of this. I set a arbitrary type. It's type lead A, and same name if you choose to be as default. So it will load lead B as default when I load this object. I'll just save it, and on bin and G drive, let's load my dumpster. I press Ctrl W, and so here are my part configurations. I can choose lead A and lead B. It loads both. Okay, but you want to glue them together, right? So let's press Shift C to exit and press L a few times to get the names. So it's a little bit tricky here. So I want to plug dump 117 to something in my lead that I don't know what is up. You can do this in different fashions. So you could, as I want to plug just 2 beams, I could type it directly, but if you want to really go visual on everything, you can also do something a little bit tricky, but will work too. So you see that here we have 117. It's the same number as my on beam and G drive, right? But the names are a little bit different because Maya knows these are different objects. So what we can do is select dumpster and lead the particles, right? And go to not lead B, not lead, and go to component mode with particle selected. I'll select these 2 I want to connect and these 2. Sorry. I'll go to create springs and I will create a new object with a maximum distance of 70, so they I'm sorry again, so they don't create between them. Okay, so here we have a few beams more, and we want also on these objects. Oh, I'm sorry, here. This, and I will add to my newly created spring 2. Okay, create. So now my spring 2 has 4 beams that should connect my lead A to dumpster and lead B to dumpster. Okay, this is the sheeting part. I'll select my springs, load the beams, and here whatever I want. I'm interested just on this is the name can be anything. I'm just writing something that I will delete. Okay, now I get my yes.jbeam. I'll place it here, and I'm just interested on the beams part. Okay, so these names are wrong. I know it because the names are actually retrieving from this. The name, the particle names are using. You see, this is called lead B 20 and the number of the particle, and this is called dump the number of the particle. It's actually currently it's retrieving the name from this field, but I plan to make it automatic. Okay. So I know that the exporter thought that the 117 were both from the lead B particle, but we know it's not true. One is actually from lead B, and 117 is actually from dump. Okay. So let's get to our text editor, and we know that the high numbers are from dump. And then remove the B. Dump and dump. I'm just making sure that's true. Here we have 1 and 3, 3 and 1. Okay. And we have 111, 129 and 117. Okay. And to make sure, and 117 and 129 should connect it to lead B. So 117 lead B. 117 lead B. Okay, and this one is lead A actually. Okay. So when my dump lead B, I will go to the beam sections, and after the ones, I will just copy this. Okay. If I want a different setting, we can go here and for instance, if I want it to be able to be broken, I will substitute FLT max to a number. Okay, and now this is lead B. Okay, and now lead A. I'll get this one, and after the beams, and oh, did I? Yes, I did. Just copying and pasting. Okay, I'll save this, and reload. So you see that's now bound there and multiple parts. Just the settings should need to be worked. Okay, so that's it for this workaround, and see you next time.